It's Saint. Yeah, give it to him raw, like a brick. I feel as though that I'm as real as this shit get. I put so much effort in that I won't never call it quits. I'm going hard from the start to the end. I'ma win, selling dope, put a 3, my lick just rated at a 10. Since I got lit, people I don't even know say they my kid. Like Saint, we had a class together, 8th grade. Remember Jim and I ain't even lit yet. Imagine Saint with an M. Just to go around and say we cool and tell them that we friends. But if I ain't get no spins, would you tell them I'm your man? They come around when it's beneficial, better hide the gems, break it down as much as
UNCUT Chats, episode 4. We got our boy, Howard Washington. What's good, baby?
My man, how you?
My man. And shit. Glad to have you here. We got to ask you a few questions. But before we ask you a few questions, how we want to do this is start off pretty much every episode is just to check in because we don't check in with each other. We don't check in with a lot of people. And I think it's important. And this is a part of the reason, like we said, this podcast is to be able to check in, express ourselves. So, I mean, we're just going to do a mental check-in and just go around the room. Bird, I'm going to start with you, baby.
1 to 10, right?
Right.
What did I say last time? I think like an 8. So I go with 7 because I don't feel as sharp as I did, and I like to be aware of, and I mean sharp is like, how dialed in I am on my grind and, my goals and everything. And I've definitely taken a step back, been working from home a little bit more, and not that anything's wrong per se, you know what I mean? I just like to be aware of those things, but not to a point where I'm being too hard on myself. But yeah, I go with a 7. I go with a 7 because I'm good, but it could be better.
Okay. Shit. Now it's on you, Howie.
I'm probably about a 7, about around a 7. Ups and downs, you know what I mean? Life. Got a lot of stuff going on, you know what I mean? Deciphering stuff, figuring out what my next step is, you know what I mean? What I want to do. Mentally, I'm happy getting by. Yeah, I'm doing well, man.
Doing well.
How about yourself?
I mean, shit, it's on me. The last week was fucking tough, bro. It's been a year since my mom's died and everything, and that week for me was just fucking silencing, in my opinion. Like, this podcast started wanting to talk, and I ain't fucking talk, yo. Mm-hmm. I ain't posting nothing. It was just a replay of a call, yo, get home type, and my fucking chills into my body every fucking day, and just damn, yo. And it'd be like Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls is the last song I played while driving out of my mom's driveway, man. She was like, "What's that song, Kilo?" And I was just dancing and shit. I'm just damn, I be playing that shit. I'm that whole week fucked me up, son. And just being able to get with my brothers and shit at the end of it and just celebrating my mom and being together, it just helped me a lot. And I was just like, but after that, that whole week, I'm just like, I need a small win. I need this small win. And my small win for that week was being able to get the camera for the podcast and everything like that. And it was just like, that's a small win. I'm going to take it and just keep growing from there. But on a scale of 1 to 10 now, I'm going to say I'm a good 6. I can't say I'm feeling shitty right now because everything's going on with the podcast. But I can't say I'm on 10 because I'm not.
I got two things to say before I forget. One, I think it's always gonna feel like that. You'll get used to it as the years go on. I had something similar with my uncle where it feels like when I don't go through that, I almost feel guilty about it. It means I forgot him or something. You know what I mean? But now it's just been 15 plus years and I'm used to it. And I don't say that to seem numb, but I think it's cool that, or you need to celebrate the big win in that you survived that and you were able to get to the end. Not only did you get to the end of that week, but you were able to celebrate it with your brothers, like you said. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all came together and y'all made a good, beautiful moment out of it instead of beating yourselves up independently, sitting at the crib and who says you're here or, you could have canceled the podcast and then it just snowballs, right? At the end of that week, y'all got together, y'all got up and today you had a 6. You know what I mean? So all that being said, point 2 was I like to, we got to celebrate being at a 6 and a 7 too. You know what I mean? Because I think all of us in this room done had, days, months, shit, even a year being at a 1 and a 2. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And at those days, dog, waking up like, dog, if I could just get to like a 4.5, 5. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me just get to I even take a 3 some days, So the fact that we all at a 6, at a 7, knows it can get better, but know we straight and we can, get up and make our moves. That's a blessing too.
Yeah, right. Add on to that though, I like the small wins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody sent me that, like one of my boys, Rolando, I work with now. He sent me a little Instagram post and it said that celebrate the small wins, just focus on the small wins. You know what I mean? Like you said, the same thing, snowball effect. Yep. Small wins add up. You know what I mean? They add up. One little thing is a camera. You know what I mean? Nobody, you can go to the store right now and go back. You know what I mean? But that got you up. That got you. You know what I mean? Back motivated and focus on. You know what I mean? Not that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for your loss and all that, but you know what I mean? Focus on
one step closer. Exactly. One step closer, no matter how big, small that step is, as long as we're taking steps daily, especially during times like that.
Never stand still.
When you in a week where you feeling like a 2, that win, shit. We've all been down where, Win was doing the dishes, Win was making a meal, you know what I mean?
So to the crib,
exactly. So hey, bro, the fact you just build on that, right? Every year.
We can't leave our boy out. Chris, I know you're behind the scenes. And
facts.
You got a voice.
Check in.
Let's hear.
Shit, man. Right now, I say I'm at a 6, 7. I try to talk about everything that's going on, but I'm gonna go, kind of off like your pace right now. I lost my best friends a year and a half ago. A few months after that, cousin was taken away from me. This year, his brother, my other cousin, was taken away from me. So I mean, it's tough, but like you said, man, you just gotta, like I was saying, you gotta just get to a 6, get to a 7, and growing up, I always had a different mindset about how to handle grief and like death from like a philosophy standpoint. When that shit happened, man, that shit out the window. You don't know how to really react, and but I was able to recoup, get my mind back together, and look at the positives, and shit going good right now, man.
There you go.
So like, yeah, 6 is amazing. For sure. So yeah, I've been at a 1 and 2, and that shit tough.
That, man, the death is the hardest one. Like, I like to try and be, shoulder to lean on and stuff like that, give advice and everything. And even when I handle stuff myself, but death is the one thing that's just so fine. Like, I always, whenever I have to deal with it or whenever a close friend of mine deals with it, like, I don't have any advice, you know what I mean? I don't have nothing to say just because, what can you say? It's so final. So I kind of agree with you in just having I really don't even know how to approach it, honestly. Like, it put me at a loss for words every time. Every time. It's crazy.
What I found myself doing is, just to add on to this, like, I've been big on like trying to like express myself, and again, the reason why we're doing this, but just on the side, I write up a text in a group chat, our group chat, my family group chat, whatever it is, and then I delete that shit.
Really?
Yeah, I delete that shit just because, like, talking for me is so fucking hard, and when I talk and when I get these shits out, tears start flowing. It's just like, I don't want people to see that. I don't want. I've this guard, like, you can't see me being vulnerable.
Like the macho effect.
Right? And I get it's okay being vulnerable, but sometimes it's just like, fuck, I can't show it. Sometimes I can't show it. Sometimes it's just, all right, let me delete that message. And I'm like, all right.
And texting makes it, in just our generation now in general, like, texting makes it so hard too, right? You know what I mean? Who says you hit the group chat? All right, say we got 6 people in there, 4 people not even by their phone, one other person doing something else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it puts you in a spot where you don't want to even send the text, because then you're able to tell yourself like, they busy, they're not gonna respond, blah blah blah. Whereas back in the day, you pick up the phone, you call me, you immediately got my attention 100%, right? Or even past that, we chilling, and it kind of makes it easier because you're in the moment and you don't have to deal with that idea of like, you know we're gonna care, but are we gonna respond with the attentiveness, necessary for the situation? You know what I mean? Or how you feel
and it's not even like the responding part for me. It was just a matter of like being vulnerable at that point. I was like, fuck, I don't want to be vulnerable. I typed it up. I'm like, all right, I got shit. So no, you delete that shit. I ain't gonna show these niggas. Like, I gotta stay strong.
I had that same problem once where, like my closest niggas, like I still couldn't. Even just people I know love me and I got love for them. I just couldn't reach out to them. I wanted to stomach all that shit. I wanted to, and I ain't on no macho shit. It's just from my own character development and my own intuition and trust within myself. I wanted to carry that shit myself. But you gotta let that shit go, man. Cause like it's just like just type the text, just send it, bro. Close your eyes, send that shit.
Yeah.
Cause if you send that to people you trust, 9 out of 10 times, bro, you gonna get the response you want.
Right. I mean, but Ferg made a good point saying like back in the day, like niggas just pick up the phone and call.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I mean, shit. I challenged Ty Carroll last episode, and shit. I'm gonna challenge myself right now. It's just like pick up the fucking phone, like.
Call whoever. Me, Lean, you know what I mean?
And make sure you got that person around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the biggest thing. Everybody, I tore my ACL my freshman year. I talked to Brittany Sykes. She played at Syracuse, drafted first round. And the first thing she told me was, make sure you got somebody to talk to because it's more than mental. You know what I mean? You're going to get better. You're going to recover. You're going to get stronger. But, like, you got to have, like, at that point, basketball taken away from you. Everything you love, everything you're looking forward to taken away from you. You know what I mean? Your loved ones, they get taken away. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing to get that back, but having somebody around you, like you said, that you can send that text to and you don't feel that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got to have the people around you that so close knit. You know what I mean? And then deciphering them close knit. Then you got the people that you know what I mean, talk to but having that 1, 2, 3 little small circle that really, you know what I mean, they're gonna pick you up every day. But instead of you sending out that motivation text, or you getting some of those in reply. You know what I'm saying, in return, or off the morning, people motivating you, pushing you. Pick your head up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of life to live. It's just stuff like that I really think go a long way.
You do it definitely do 100%.
And it's even more than it's exactly what you said, right? It's you got to be vulnerable, but you also got to end up having someone you feel comfortable being vulnerable with. You know what I mean? Like. So it's almost like a 2-step process. You got to get to that point, so then we're able to respond, and then you're able to be like, "Oh, you're okay." I could text Link. Maybe you're not even hitting a group chat every time, which you obviously can. You know what I mean? But if you don't want to do that, it's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I know I can hit Liam. I know I can hit Ferg. I know I can hit Black. Whatever it may be."
But vulnerability is a huge, it shows self-love and confidence, bro, because it
self-awareness too.
It's self-awareness. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be, especially just vulnerable in any setting. You know what I mean? Like that's huge.
Yeah. Transparent, being transparent. You know what I mean? You only feel comfortable being transparent to certain people. You know what I mean? As hard as it is, you seeing you gonna tell somebody like you just asked us just now. Somebody gonna say 8 every time. You know what I mean? Just because they don't want everybody in the room to think I'm really sitting here in a 4, but I'm 8, you know what I mean? Just that complex of like look from the outside looking in and you just start within. You know what I'm saying? Just I know who I am. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to Ferg, I'm having trouble today, you wanna grab get some food or something.
Exactly. Like shove it up.
And for me it's not even being afraid of and like you said, macho, it's not even being like I guess macho is like trying to be strong in the sense, but like it was just like, all right, take this on the chin, like.
It's just what's bred in you, you know what I mean? So it ends up being like that's what it is being macho, but you don't understand that's what you're consciously doing because you're not consciously doing it. You're subconsciously doing it now just because you're so used to it. I say everyone in this room, probably 80% of men in the world are bred to be that way. You know, you don't cry, especially black men. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So that's all it is. So you're not consciously being like, brushing it off or being like, I'm too tough for this. But that's why you're afraid to be vulnerable.
Right. Oh, would you say black men, like, black men, like, we need to, I'm like, I don't do it, but I'm about to start doing it. We need to be able to share our fucking feelings, yo. Like, holding that shit in is not going to get us anywhere.
No way.
Like, we got to share our shit, man.
In all of life.
Yeah. And I am a living example of that too, because I'll bite my tongue for months, and then whoever that really know me know, then I'm just liable to spaz out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it's not healthy at that point. You better off just saying how you feel off rip and taking it day by day so you don't get to that point.
And black men being in that position is a whole other conversation, because I feel like that's where a lot of this violence comes from.
Oh, hell yeah.
Built up animosity, built up
hell
just, you know what I mean, you holding on to it.
It's
You gotta
self-hate.
unleash it on somebody. Yeah.
Self-hate to the point where I don't give a fuck to be locked up for 40 years. I don't give a fuck to take your life. I don't give a fuck to lose my life, because I can't even express my pain
to my own people.
You ain't ever been so mad in a moment where you felt that way. Imagine having those moments just pile up. Like I done had a moment where I'm like, dog, I don't care about nothing.
I want to punch you.
Yeah. Like, imagine you have to keep living in that moment.
And imagine
you don't have an outlet.
Where people killing and people doing all that.
And that's like a normal. That's like not a normal solution, but that's an acceptable solution.
Around,
I'm popping his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like. Nah, we got to
be a conversation. No one has it.
Yeah. No.
It's a platform right here.
Yep.
Facts. It's the platform right here.
Able to talk this shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I mean,
once they start having round tables in the hood, though,
it's gonna be utopia. We gonna have to get a few. Like, yo, say what you gotta say, yo. Like,
say what you gotta say.
But we can't keep having this shit, man. But let's just switch to our guest right now, man. How do you know? Tell us about you, dog. Like, some people know about you, not everybody know about you, but I mean, you get a couple hundred like views on this shit. So tell us your background.
Your story, give us the story.
So grew up in Buffalo. You know what I mean? I went to Canisius freshman, sophomore year. Let's go back a little bit. Went to City Honors. You know what I mean? High academic school. You know, proud of that. Went to City Honors, played varsity the end of my 7th grade year, 8th grade year. Transferred to Canisius my freshman year. Played varsity freshman year, sophomore year, and then decided after my sophomore year, decided to go to Mount Vernon, Florida. Play with guys Ben Simmons, RJ Barrett, you know, all those guys. Crazy talent, unmatched talent. You know what I mean? I don't regret it for anything. 2 years there, won the national championship my junior year. Senior year, we didn't win the national championship. I ended up transferring to another prep school in Ontario, Athlete Institute. Played with Shea Brissett. You're probably seeing him a little bit more now. He went to Q's with me. Played for now. They don't have the Pacers no more. I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. Shout out Shado.
But yeah, so I went there. Went to Athlete Institute. Ended up getting leaving Mount Verde Academy. Committed to Butler.
Okay,
Buffalo News. You know what I mean? Went crazy. I just felt like I wasn't. You know what I mean? Mount Verde wasn't a place where they were winning. We hanging banners. You know what I mean? We hanging banners. We got these names coming through. But the player development aspect, you know what I mean? Here, coming from Buffalo, where nobody care about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we get there, you know, I'm winning, I'm playing, I'm competing, I'm starting the whole year, winning the national championship. Come back home, try to work out with my pops. Can't even get up. I'm 25 and the 10 on each side, like just weak. You know what I mean? Like just off.
You were just hooping,
hooping, running all day. The dietary stuff, like we ate at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then nothing after that. You know, it's boarding school, so you in your dorm. It's almost like, you know what I mean, a small college campus. So I just wasn't doing it for me. It's a great, you know, prestigious program, Hall of Fame coach. Players have been through there, not knocking the program. But for me personally, it just wasn't, I needed to be somewhere where it was more, you know, player oriented and developing you. So I go to Athlete Institute. One of my guys, Tony McIntyre, Tyler Ennis' pops, you know, Tyler Ennis, his pops, he owns or runs a prep school down in Ontario. Went down there for my 5th year, had a hell of a season. I almost averaged like a triple double, like 17, 7, and like 8 or something like that. So I was playing well. You know, I'm just back out that shell. You know, coming back from playing where, like I said, so let's go back a little bit. Freshman, sophomore year, you know, I was the man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Coming from the whatever. You know, you go to Mount Verde, you play. I'm playing a lot, starting. I'm competing. But it's just, you know, we got Ben Simmons on our team. You know what I mean? Like you can't do nothing with that. You know what I mean? He's number one. Right. So you know what I mean? Taking that little, not even took a back seat, but like a step back.
Exactly. From being an alpha to everyone kind of being a role player and Ben Simmons.
Someone worded it to me like this, you know, like a big fish in a small pond and a small fish and everybody around you shark. You know what I mean? Like, so took that little step back. I think it, confidence-wise, it kind of changed me as a player. You know what I mean? It turned me more, not that I wasn't pass first or get my guys up already, but
aggressive.
they were teaching me how to be a point guard.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Which I try to now that I'm coaching and doing stuff like that, I try to talk to my young guards and the guys like that of like it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to be master your position, be a point guard, it's okay to you're not taking the back seat, you're out there leading. You're the extension of the coach out there. I'm having meetings with coach, the only player on the team doing that. You know what I mean? So it's some type of it's just not where I came from. I came from averaging 17, 16, 15, the man.
Whatever shot,
whatever you wanted.
So
get down to Montverde, a little shell shock, grow into it, end up winning a national championship, returning next year. We got there, we didn't end up winning. Like I said, went down to Athlete Institute, played well there, went to Syracuse. Going into my freshman year, played the freshman year. I was coming off the bench behind Tyus Battle, Frank Howard.
Yeah.
O'Shea was there my freshman year. Guy came in with me, Marek Dolezaj from Slovakia. Crazy, great player. And then just a supporting cast, you know what I mean? So I was kind of coming off the bench, playing, 5, 10 minutes here, spot minutes here and there. Just, again, coming from City Honors to Canisius where it was, it's up, and then, this started happening. You know what I mean? The ups and downs, I'm having 15-point games, and I'm 4 point, you know what I mean? Ups and downs.
Trying to find your groove.
Exactly. So finding ups and downs, end up getting the cues. So same thing happened, playing behind those guys, and I tore my ACL freshman year, right ACL in practice, not even live game, in practice driving. I went to go skip pass, tore my ACL, or I knew off rip, bro, like
popped.
Not even it happened. I got to the ground, hit the ground. I know something wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. I move it,
just feeling unstable.
I moved it. I heard it. Boom, pop. I get up. They help me out. The little test that they do. And I wasn't even crying at this point. You know what I mean? I'm shell shocked. Like, well, I don't know what it is. Like, I felt this before. I felt the pain before. He told me, like, it's torn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Drop tears. I'm like, I'm calling my dad. Like, so that's just one of the obstacles. So I'll get back, finish the rest of that season. Obviously not playing. I couldn't get that year back. Going to my sophomore year, that summer, going to my last year, grinding, getting my knee back stronger, getting back in shape, ready to play. Probably was going to be starting 5th man, 6th man, 7th man. You know what I mean? One of those. Coming off the bench, playing major minutes off of, coming off the bench, two veteran guys. So Terry, that summer coming in, working, I have a stroke.
Oh,
I had a stroke,
that's
bro.
right. I forgot about that.
I had a stroke on campus. Just random. One day, the story's on, probably get the link or something like that. The story's online. I'll just get into it a little bit. On campus, bro. Random day, regular day, wake up, breakfast, everything, going to campus. I'm in the lecture. I get up, just feel lightheaded. You know what I mean? Everybody feels lightheaded. You know what I mean? It's not going nowhere. I take a drink of my had a green tea, Lipton iced tea, had a drink of it, missed my whole mouth. I'm like, you know what I mean? What the fuck? What's going on? Like, whatever. I'm still dizzy a little bit. I'm like, all right, keep walking, push it off. Like we just said again. You know what I mean? I'm not tapping somebody like, yo, bro, I don't feel good. Like,
I'm not sure.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just walking. I'm cool. I'm by myself. No teammates in my classroom. I don't think I know anybody in the class, but obviously people know me, a basketball team. It's Howard. So I'm walking, leaving class. I get outside. Get to like the closest thing, bro. My body just started shutting down. Bro, whole right side. Now looking back, like retrospect, looking back, my whole right side was shutting down. So I'm leaning on the car, like I'm like, bro, what is going on? Slowly, just bro. I had 2 blood clots in the left side of my, like 2 arteries going to my brain. 2 big blood clots, bro. Now you'll never know. Regular day, trained athlete, you know what I mean? Whole life. Had 2 blood clots that stem from everybody's born with a hole in their heart. When you're born with a hole in your heart. It closed up. Mine just never closed. Mine never closed. Have every checkup, every doctor's appointment, shot, everything.
Just never knew it.
Never knew. Yeah. Never detected. Never whatever.
My sister was born like that.
Never detected, bro. So then, so that happened. They rush into the hospital. They don't know what's going on. It's a funny story. So I got a great relationship with the athletic trainer he's at Cincinnati now. He just left this year. Athletic trainer at Q. So because he,
I was gonna say I remember hearing something about this. Too.
I just rehabbed him, or just working all summer rehabbing with him, cracking jokes. Great guy, amazing guy. So I'm like I said, whole right side shutting down. So so let's go back a little bit. On campus, I'm on the car. Two classmates come up behind me and they're like, "You okay, bro?" Of course, like you said again,
I'm good.
I'm good.
They like, bro, no, you not.
You know what I mean? They just still standing there, and as it's happening, like I said, I'm losing the whole right side. Everything. Speech, arm, limp, legs limp. They pick me up. And bro, the crazy thing, and I feel like looking back, it's an omen. As soon I left class, it was sunny. As soon as that stuff started happening, bro, rain.
Wow.
Like you know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that, bro. Like rain. boom, they get me obviously get me out the rain, whatever. They like, do you know who to call? They calling people. I don't know who they're calling. We're losing it. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. Try to reach for my phone. I did reach for my phone. My left hand across, type his number somehow. And I get on the phone. I'm thinking in my mind, yo, Brad, like I need help. I'm saying this stuff and I'm not. Like speech slur. I'm half talking, half. So only 2 words he got from me was quad and help. So he like whatever. Like he called the security officer or police officer that's on campus that travel with us to our games and And he got right to me. Obviously, luckily, God forbid, he saved my life. You know what I mean? He got to me, got me in the car, rushed me right to they got the hospitals on campus and stuff like that. Rushed me right to the hospital, Cross Hospital. Took me in there. They detected everything. They figured out what's going on. Put the IVs in. Did all the scans. They found the clots. Went in right away, right through my hip. They went up, took the clots out, and then they had to detect. At this point, they didn't know that I had a hole in my heart. You know what I mean? So they still doing scans, still doing tests. I'm going on a day in the hospital. They figuring stuff out, and they had to go in, they close it with a little PFO. You know what I mean? It's like 2 umbrellas, so where it's like 2 umbrellas like this, and they put it on each wall of your heart. You got 2 separate. So they connected it, it's a hole that go through, and that's where they had to close. So air was going through. It's crazy bubble testing. You can look all this stuff up. But nah, bro, it was crazy. So like I said, that's just one of the ups and downs. So have a stroke, and then I was back playing, able to play, compete in contact 33 days later, which is unheard of. You know what I mean?
I remember that too.
33 days later, and at this point, bro. But at this point, coming off of ACL, I gotta get on the court.
Do it.
You know what I mean? I got a scholarship. I gotta get on the court, but I gotta produce. I'll come off my freshman year where I'm, trending up a little bit. 15-point, 9-point game, 10-point game, playing well, getting time, getting a little bit more.
So it's a lot, but you still get a little anxious, damn, this
I gotta get up on the court. So, boom, that happened. Going into my junior year or sophomore year, that happened. Then obviously redshirted the rest of that year. Go back my junior year, played ups and downs. I think it was a little bit. I talked to coach after I left a little bit, and it was over recruiting. They didn't know how healthy I was coming back. Heart, ACL, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand it. It's a business, like you just said. It's a business. You know what I mean? As much you can bank on me coming back healthy, but
exactly.
You know what I mean? So that kind of messed up, opportunity, chance, time. So I ended up leaving Syracuse, transferred to South Alabama. Got down there, stuff on my transcript got transferred over. Some credits didn't go through. They were telling me I couldn't play till January. So at this point, bro, I'm going from knee, stroke. Now I can't play.
Bang.
You know what I mean? Now I can't play, bro. I need a mental break.
Yeah, I was about to say. So what kind of shit did you go the adjustments did you have to go through with that shit?
Bro, this is a big thing. Like I was telling you, banking on what you said earlier. Bro, everything I love was taken away from me. Ever since I was 6, playing at McCarthy Park, basketball every day, basketball got me in Canisius, basketball gave me to Butler, basketball, you know what I mean, paying for my school. And my dad instilled in me from day one, it's a vehicle. Basketball is a vehicle to get you to where you want to go. Work my ass off. You know what I mean? Not that it didn't pay off, because, it did.
Yeah.
Became the player I came.
All right, so you talked about your plan A. Your plan A was basketball and everything else. Last episode, we talked with Todd, we told him, plan A's always work. We told him, we got to have a plan B.
Sure. We
definitely have a plan B. So plan A, unfortunately, basketball is maybe still on the table. I don't know. Sure. But at this moment, what's your plan B?
I'm still, I'm back healthy. I'm back healthy now. I'm in shape. I'm ready to go compete. I'm still looking to, live on my dream, trying to find somewhere to play pro. I got a couple agents that I'm talking to and just figuring stuff out. I want to make sure it's the right situation. I want to go into another situation where I got it. Not that I can't handle adversity, because obviously, I can't. We know I can't, exactly.
Don't want to set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I want to go into a position where I know what's going on. I know this and that, and this and that. So, been getting in shape, grinding every day. You know what I mean? Now I'm coaching at Bishop Timon with Jason Rowe. We got a good little culture shift and stuff going on over there. So yeah, basketball is always going to be in my life. You know what I mean? So my plan B is, I'm still trying to go pro, but plan B, I'm going to fall bank on coaching, get my degree from Syracuse, and then see where that takes me. Business ventures. Got guys I'm talking to about a bunch of different stuff. Actually, some stuff around the city. One of my close friends, we're talking about buying some buildings up and getting some grants, getting some grants, getting some loans. Right on, we got a building right on Fillmore that we're looking at of trying to, in the inner city where we can develop and grow.
Fillmore, is it that strip of Maine though?
Mm-mm.
Bro, I have the biggest vision of just having that main strip from, or you know how they cut us off from the university section. Bro, the biggest vision of just a straight village of like
so
shops to fucking
and the city's
bars,
growing, bro.
All the way to
And
Westfield.
everything's growing.
All fucking packed. Like we got into fucking Hurdle, like that Hurdle bar, like right where fucking Marlboro.
That's what I'm saying. Pass her the Winspear.
Hurdle down to downtown though. You're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's because it's some university, and then right there at the Monroe Mufflers in that Hurdle.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's
boom,
built
now
up
right there.
That's what I'm
up
saying.
until
It's city enough,
Canisius.
bro.
From Canisius to downtown is crazy.
Bro, that shit.
Yeah,
That's the
growing,
biggest
bro.
vision I
Canisius
have
downtown
for
is nuts.
like motherfuckers talking about like the Black Wall Street, like that, like that's my vision to like have Buffalo like do some shit. And you mentioned like buildings, you're like, bro, that shit would be
it's so
crazy.
many.
have a little
buildings,
Buffalo
bro, just
sportsplex with just a little gym in there. You know how much?
Bro, imagine like I know X-Gen, the gym.
Yep.
X-Gen in the city, bro. You got teams coming in, and you got the talent staying in the city. You know what I mean? Like, I was a guy who played here 2 years and then had to leave. You know what I mean? I had to leave because I just felt like I wasn't getting better. You know what I mean? I wasn't getting better. Not that I wasn't being played. I played with great players. I played with great teammates. But the competition, that you can't match that. You know what I mean? I'm going to Mount Vernon. I'm playing against Markel Fultz. I'm playing against De'Aaron Fox. I'm playing against, you know what I mean? Lonzo Ball, the Ball brothers when they were at Chino Hills. The only game we lost our junior year. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bro, they getting the ball thrown. They're doing that bullshit, bro. But yeah, bro, like just keeping the talent here and growing it here. You know what I mean? Buffalo's up. We got the Bills doing big things now. We got, you know what I mean?
It's getting there, man.
It's
It
getting
really
there,
is. It really is. Like every time I go on Instagram now, I feel like I'm finding some new young hooper, or even some new Instagram page, Instagram page that Tap Cage,
Tape Cage,
Bro,
Tape
bro,
Cage, all those
Tape
boys,
Cage.
bro.
So shout out Tape Cage.
Shout
Shout
out Tape
out
Cage, for sure.
Buffalo Coal Rush. That's our homie
Coal
from
Rush,
Williamsville
for sure.
South. And dog, all that is exposure, man. The more exposure we get, that's a part of it. The second part of it, which I think has already been happening, has been the access to these facilities that you're talking about.
Exactly. We don't gotta get them $200 a month membership where you can.
But you were
make it affordable.
you were the first generation that really had access to being able to hoop whenever.
Yeah.
Like when we were coming up, bro. I remember
Practice.
my homie Cole was a hooper too. He went to Sweet Home. I was a football player, but I hooped with him all the time. We was chilling together all the time. Man, be Saturday at 6 o'clock. If we couldn't get no one to get us a day pass at UB, remember that?
Triple gym.
Yep. If we couldn't get no
the
one to get us
triple
a day pass at the triple gym during the winter, we wasn't hooping.
Nah, for real.
It was
I ain't
nowhere to
doing it,
go.
bro.
That's a fact. Security at the front. Like, you got a pass?
I ain't got no money.
And then, we'd get someone to
You got
take
it
us
back?
up there. Bro, we used to be walking up there in the winter. We lived in Amherst, so it wasn't that far. We'd walk up there in the winter
Getting it
to
done.
take a chance on the security guard not being there.
Getting
And
it
maybe we could sneak in.
That's
Yeah,
getting it done,
we
bro.
was going face to hoop.
But you go to other cities, bro. It's
easy.
access.
It's
You go
easy.
to any
You
big city.
popping in the gym.
Houston, even Toronto, across the border. It's gyms,
Yeah.
trainers.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's work out. Let's get
Yeah.
right. Free.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And we're gonna get you into a school. We gonna
Because they just trying to make their name.
exactly
You know what I mean?
grassroots development programs like
Yeah.
CIA Boss. Like, I know actually team in New York City, Team Scan. They used to do
Yeah.
all their AU players had to reclass and they sent them to prep school. Just
Yeah.
because you know what I mean? That's the best. They figured out that's the best thing mentally for them. Like,
That was my biggest thing. I could have went to prep school after my senior year. I
Mhm.
went and visited a couple. I'll never forget. I went and visited this one in PA, and it was definitely that decision right in my face. Like, yo, are you like about this grind life right here? It was
Yeah.
all dudes. I remember the dude was taking me around. He showed me around. My parents was like doing the administrative stuff. He was like, yeah, sometimes like last night we were just chilling here. We were doing a game where we throw seeds in a water bottle. He was dead ass serious.
Yo.
He was dead ass serious.
That's crazy.
I was looking at him laughing. I'm looking at him laughing like hi. He's like, nah, man, it was a great time, blah, blah. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
nah. I told Dad, like, yeah, nah, I guess I'm not really about that life. Like, nah, I can't even do it. I can't even do it, man. That grind is.
grind,
Bro,
It's
Jesus.
a grind,
I'm looking at this shit right
He
now.
was dead ass. He was dead ass. He said, yeah.
It's a grind for sure, bro. For sure. You gotta want it. Bro.
And I think that's the craziest part too, is that, and I think bringing your point full circle is that, right or wrong, not everyone that you end up playing with is on that same page as you. You know what I mean? Even when you go somewhere like Canisius, you know what I mean? There's basketball players there and they're playing. They love basketball, but they're not on that same type of time. Whether they're not skilled enough, whether they don't want enough, they're not playing college basketball. We do the same thing in football. You know what I mean? And I think that's what makes it difficult, especially at high school. But I also think that's what ends up helping
that transition.
Helping that transition
to college,
and helping separate yourself at a recruiting level too. You know what I'm saying? Because it was easy. One thing you didn't mention, but I just remember when you were telling the story, dog, we had known about you when you were in 7th grade because you played varsity in City Honors, but you were like nationally ranked in 7th grade. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my boy telling me about this kid Howard, like, yeah, he's ranked, and you were the first kid that was around here that was ranked in.
I don't know if Johnny was, but like that was before then. He was probably the biggest. Like, you know what I mean, biggest.
But like, and even then, social media was so different. Like, and you was right on the come up of it too, right? But just we never had an athlete. I mean, Chad Kelly. But other than that had any type of national attention like that. Like that was crazy, dog. Like, we saw. So even when you just told that story about the stroke, I completely forgot about that. But we saw all that play out in live time. I remember seeing your athletic. It's funny. So it's funny you mentioned athletic trainer too, because I don't remember if it was like an article or it was a tweet. But yeah, I remember reading that and about how. Yeah, they were talking to you about it saved your life, and that was your man's because of the ACL and everything. And man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, bro. Like you were the first one really that got to do it all coming out of Buffalo. You transferred. You did. Yeah, you
everything back.
You really the poster boy for like being a nationally like ranked type player coming out of Buffalo. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, and well, because you can't stay around here based on what we're talking about right now. Sure. And I hate to say that. You can't be a nationally ranked player and stay in Buffalo and do right by your career and your goals and dreams.
Nobody until we get
exactly, and that's what we're trying to do. Right. You know what I mean? But so you're the template
teamwork.
No, yeah. Was it senior year we scrimmaged them boys? Like, was you on that team?
Yeah. Adam Weir, Matt McDonald, Aaron White. I was about to say,
Yo, we literally just came from
Saturday. We was partying.
It was so going crazy.
I think it was like, it must have been like Thanksgiving or Christmas break, like a Saturday morning.
I ain't
gonna lie. I think that was the scrimmage where husband got on weird ass because he was smelling like beer the next day.
We was crushed, Joe, and Howie just. Kobe. I'm like, what the fuck is this thing?
That was crazy.
They're acting like we got the Howie nigga from Canada and he's just about to be limb.
We was so fake nice at Will South at basketball, bro. We was so fake nice. Like, we went to sectionals, but a team like Canisius would come with Ryan Richards would have been our third best player. He been averaging a dub for us.
Averaging a dub. Ryan, Adam, LT, bro, annoying ass point guard. Aaron White. I played with Aaron White since fucking AAU, Brian.
He got me better from there, bro.
Bro, I used to hate Aaron White, bro.
Yeah, because our senior
Aaron, I hope you see this. I used to hate you, dog. He used to I'm tall as hell. I'm a football player. I'm just big as hell running through the whole
he under you.
He under me. He used to boom pop that shit right out of here. I'm fucking go right down the court. He caught me with that a few times. I'm like, damn.
He always had the drip on the legs. He locked you up here.
And then y'all had the other little white boy that was just like,
that's my man. That's my man.
He was the most annoying defender ever. I was like, yo.
He gonna get your head. He gonna get your head.
Ryan was feisty as hell.
He gonna pat Bev.
Oh my god. He used to pat Bev Jordan Glover crazy. Crazy. Just that was his whole assignment. Just
Joe's games is crazy, bro. They had to move it to Canisius College.
Bro, the fact that they were so nice that Jalen Morris was like, all right, I'm leaving is crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
And then he got a good crazy story too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we were. I don't think we talked about it on the last episode, but I was just talking to someone about it. Oh, Kaleem and them we went to our boy Kaleem's house for Memorial Day, and Bobby Rivera was there, and we were talking about him, and he really went from being like
under the radar,
like because of Aaron. Aaron was the flashier
one. Jordan was better than him at that time. Honestly.
Yeah, and And Jalen was really just a shooter, but he was just as tall as Aaron. He transferred, grew like 8 inches in the summer. Like,
no, for real.
For real. Like, went from 5'4" to like 6'2" in a summer. Played his senior year at 6'2". Went to college.
6'6".
Now he's 6'7". Windmills.
Yo, he had a crazy story.
Hey, you talking about a late bloomer, bro? That's nuts. That's nuts.
Sure.
So I don't know if we just don't have right things in the water here or what, but man, we got the talent here.
When we come together, bro, we gonna blow the fuck up. I swear to God. As long as we come together and just.
I like that. I like
collectively, like, bro,
I think we
can do so much.
Yeah, but I like that more people that have passion and love for the game are getting involved at a young age. You know, Howard, like, 100%. We hope you go pro. We hope you go overseas. You know, by chance it doesn't work out, it's a blessing to have you here. Timon, Jason Rowe, Matt Weiser. Shout out Matt. Shout out Joe Licata. Man, for real, just having people that have done it and can put you in that path, you know, because we had Coach K, and we're grateful for him, but he never got to do it at a high level himself. Right. You know what I mean? So just having people in your face telling you, hey, this is what it takes. And not only that, but creating programs and saying this is what it takes. So those same people we were just talking about that, you know, you go to Canisius and you're playing with somebody, he's not on that same type of time as you, you know, going pro or whatever, or not embracing that grind. Now you make a program at Timon where it's not an option. Like if you're on the team, that's what you're here for. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to go play college basketball or not, we grind in here. Right? This is a college. We're going to treat this program like it's got college player potential.
All these other places do.
College prep. And that's what you got to do.
Okay, and modify.
And the rest,
everybody
looking at you like, you going to the league.
The rest of itself is going to shake itself out. You know what I mean? Now, little Jimmy, who wasn't really trying to hoop, he's not going to be on the team. But now Tommy from across town, who a hooper at Williamsville East,
he traveling to come.
Shit, I'm going to Timon. You know what I mean? And it's just going to take enough of that. And then maybe it's, and I'm just being random now, maybe it's staff next. Staff at Canisius.
Staff at Canisius,
yeah, exactly. Ryan at Canisius. So, you know, Shaq up until this year, Coach Emmett Kelly. And that's all it takes is these people that had the talent and have the knowledge, being in a place and being like, yo.
Knows what it takes.
Because I think our generation, what happened with our generation is we had a lot of those athletes, but they were off doing their own. They didn't come back though. They were off doing. Johnny Flynn was in the NBA when we were in high school. Mm-hmm. You know, Mike Williams had that crazy rookie year in the NFL when we were in high school. Yeah. They was doing they made it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's got to be one or the other. You know what I mean? I think about that all the time. Like shit. Any quarterback that want to, you know, do whatever, hit me up, dog.
Like you said, social media different now, though. Well, Mike Williams, Johnny Flynn, they weren't able to just...
Exactly. That's true. Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, and to be fair, maybe they were doing that in smaller pockets, right? Maybe John Flynn had a young boy. Exactly. Maybe he had a young boy.
But it's small, especially in Buffalo. It's small. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We got to open those pools up. That's really what it's about, I feel like.
All right. We here. NBA Finals, we won't talk. Y'all can leave a chat, comment, whatever you want to fucking do. But NBA Finals. Celtics versus Warriors. How you feeling?
I think I got Boston. I ain't gonna lie.
You got Boston.
Important right now is 2-1. What's today's date? June 9th. So we coming right off. The Celtics going up 2-1. Yeah. Okay.
How injured is Curry right now? I saw
he said that. I mean, he said he was gonna play.
They said it wasn't serious. I saw that earlier.
Probably just aggravated something. You know, he got getting older.
So you taking Boston?
I'm going with Boston, bro.
Who you got?
6.
I got Boston too.
You got Boston?
I got Boston too. So them being up 2-1 is one thing. I like the new coach, and I like this young core. They didn't been so close, floating around, in the mix type deal, and I think this is their time. You know, I think this is where they take it.
What you got?
I mean, shit.
You got the Warriors.
I'm going Warriors. Steph Curry said last year, like, I don't want to see me like coming in this year. Like, I'm like, they got Jordan Poole that turned up. Clay coming off injury and everything like that, but he's getting to his groove.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I think you let all the other athletes, Draymond, the role player, Andrew Wiggins, the other player, I don't think the Celtics have enough players to compete with the Warriors. Skilled players.
Fair.
Skilled players. Like,
Fair.
you guys,
They got a lot of like auxiliary pieces
For real.
though.
Mhm.
That
Like,
like
you don't
people
even
that
know.
don't know basketball, like how we are, that appreciate
Like Derek White come in players role.
Big
Like,
player.
you know what I'm saying?
Marcus
Grant
Smart
Williams.
is,
Grant
Marcus
Williams.
Smart is a stud.
Grant
Like,
Williams X's out Draymond, gets in his
Yeah.
head every game, just punch him every game, and then he out the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's little stuff like that. I think the biggest thing is the coach. Like he make those adjustments, bro. Like if he was like game 3, at the end of the game, he literally was making Curry guard. Make him guard. Jason Tatum getting the ball, come on, whoever Steph Curry's guarding, come set the ball screen, get that switch, attack him. He had 2-3 fouls early. You know what I'm saying? Like he know how to, like, I don't know. He not one of those like stuck in his head coaches.
Yeah.
He gonna adjust.
That's-
He gonna adjust to whatever's going on the court, like slips. Or Al Horford got his dunk last night off it. Like I see, or some like they was just communicating, and I think they play together, bro. They all IQ,
They
they
locked
all on
in.
the same string.
I
bro.
do want to say they took that. I think they like to take that role from what the Heat did. Because I swear
Jimmy
the Heat was
was-
switching like a motherfucker.
They was
boy.
playing zone. The Heat was playing zone for like, but when they playing Boston, Boston. He was playing zone.
No, but I'm talking about when Jimmy had come down. I was watching a few games where they was
Get that switch.
specifically
Yep. Every
get a
time.
switch on
I'm guard.
Tatum.
Oh yeah.
They was like.
Try to get him in foul trouble, probably.
Yeah, he was in
Tackle.
foul trouble. Like,
Put
they
pressure
were
on the rim.
specifically getting a switch on Tatum. But all right, bet.
He put his players in like situations, like, you know what I mean. He not gonna like Tatum bringing it up. It don't matter, and they just so like they all change roles. Like once Jaylen Brown could bring it up, Tatum could spot up. Tatum could bring it up. Pick and roll with Horford, kicking it out to Brown, kicking it out to Derek White, kicking it out to, you know what I mean. Like,
and that's what I never realized about basketball when I was playing it, especially at the high school level. Like even the casual NFL fan realizes how much goes into it in terms of play calling, adjustments, coaches, and that's why we give coaches so much respect off rip.
to get that.
You
check.
can't disagree with anything a coach does on Twitter or nothing like that. They can be like, "Oh, well, you're smarter than a coach." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But basketball, we don't appreciate how much of that happens.
Goes
You know, what I mean?
into
Just
it.
hearing him talk about it, like I'm not seeing none of that shit when I'm watching the game. You know, I'm just like, oh, these boys hooping now. You know what I mean? Like,
All right, so Celtics, Warriors.
Celtics.
3-1.
3-1. This like, man, yo, all right. I ain't even gonna propose like a bet or anything because I'm just outnumbered. But shit.
So you could triple your money.
I could, but
I
it's
just don't
just.
think. I don't know. I don't think Steph gonna get his. Steph gonna get his pool. He gonna get his streaky. Clay up and down right now. Well, you know what I mean? The other source of offense, like, you know what I mean? You was banking on Clay 20 a night. You know what I mean? Now he 20 at bet. You know what I mean? He coming up with injury 15.
15
I know he messing up a
Clay.
lot of y'all bets too. I know he messing up a lot of y'all bets.
That's tough.
But yeah, bro, like and the Celtics, they just on the roll right now. It seems like, you know what I mean? Everything's smooth. You know, they make mistakes, they make the adjustment. They guard. You know what I mean? They the best defensive. You know what I mean?
They
It's tough.
That's the big
Guard.
thing. Even when they
They
playing
guard.
bad, they still make
Guard.
it. They make it count.
And I truly think it's just Horford and Smart that just
Yeah.
makes them a really good defensive team.
Yeah.
Because
Leaders.
you got one in the front court, you got one in the back court,
That's
and
a
it's
fact.
just
That's 100%.
yeah, boom.
100%.
But no, yeah, I don't like Marcus Smart. I like his role. a lot.
exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
love him in that role.
Exactly.
Because like you put Pat Beverly in that role, like
It's not
Smart's
the
same.
a lot. It's not the same, right? That's what I'm saying. Pat, like
Same
fucking
antics.
Marcus
He gonna get you out the
Smart,
game.
same
He
antics,
gonna, but he
but
gonna get it
Smart's a
done. He
lot
gonna
better,
get you
and
on
you
too.
get a lot more, and then
Yeah. Shoot it.
yeah,
he gonna
but
score. He gonna like, you know what I mean. He not gonna take that bad one. He gonna make that extra. He gonna go set a screen for somebody. You know what I mean?
How much does Marcus Smart make?
I don't know. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
don't think he got a big deal
I
yet.
don't think he got a big deal yet. Somebody need to go get him.
Yeah,
I was
He might
gonna say,
resign.
He's a dude that
I
boy.
think he's worth more to the Celtics than anyone else. That's
for
the tough part.
sure,
with
for
those
sure.
players.
I don't
Yeah.
think he wants to like him like.
No, I'm just curious.
That's a team like you build around like Smart,
12-5.
Tatum, and like Al Horford about to be gone, but like
Don't try to do too much.
you don't get rid of those three in my
No,
opinion.
sir.
But with that being said, I'm still taking Warriors because they the new Splash Brothers in town, Clay, Curry, Poole, who came out of fucking nowhere,
Tough.
bro.
Poole
He
always
was tough
been nice,
though. He was tough.
What- I mean, I'm not a big basketball guy, but when like you get Jordan Poole, I'm like, hold on, let me put this nigga on my bench. Like, oh, he balling.
He balling. He tough.
But
Marcus Smart already 28.
Really?
What is that? That's
I
crazy.
think he was in college for like 2 years.
Yeah, he makes like 18 a year. My bad, Shaq.
No, you're done.
But no, yeah, Warriors. I'm going Warriors. I got Celtics. I ain't even gonna fight that. Y'all
Full
got it.
disclosure, I ain't watched none of these games, but I know Howard did. He said Celtics, so I'm going Celtics.
I watched a little of the first game, and I was big on the Heat Celtics game because I wanted my boy Jimmy Butler to win because I've always been like, since Jimmy was in Chicago, Derrick Rose fell off,
Big
got
Jimmy Butler
injured.
fan, yep.
Been big Jimmy
Bulls
Butler,
fan.
and I followed Jimmy to Miami, so like, I gotta follow my
I
boy.
remember y'all used to be arguing about who could use the Bulls playing 2K and
Oh,
what's
wow.
Northrop.
Yo,
I used to cook Chris.
They
though.
both-
No, you didn't.
Coming out.
Stop with that
coming
shit.
out.
When it was Robert Wade and Butler, you was at the crib on Evans. I was busting your ass.
Yo, he
Stop.
got me a few times.
Stop.
But yo, I used to cook Chris. Ferg is the one
Rondo
that
triple-double.
I was
Fuck
different. Yeah, I was different in 2K, bro. Back in the day, I was at Mercier's. I think I had a win streak. Shout out Sam Cohen. Asked me. I had a win streak of something crazy, like 40 games. We had people come to the room, like, yo, they gonna bust your ass. Send them packing.
Pack 'em up.
Send them packing.
Back him up.
2K13, baby.
13.
Holy shit.
That's one of Raw's ones.
For real.
Yo,
13,
for real.
16
I was
crazy.
locked in.
Big
Yeah.
pivot. Let's pivot. Move away from basketball
Right.
and move into the freak boy, Deshaun Watson.
I was gonna bring
Yo.
him up. I
That's
really
young,
Move
was.
into that freak boy, Deshaun. Yo, okay, like in one of the episodes, I defended Deshaun Watson heavily just because I felt that everything was just like, oh, he's a rapist. Like, it's just like he's raping bitches out there, females. Sorry, he raping females, and I'm just like, nah, like he's not doing that. Now, I still don't think he's raping, but that boy's afraid.
He's a demon.
Yo,
Yeah.
a demon. Yo,
Demon.
that happy baby pose. Ferg, you said it.
I
in
told
one of the
you,
chats.
yeah, that's all I
It's
needed.
what got me, yo. I said, yo.
Your man's wildin'.
Bro, that's the first thing I said. If they would have told me about the happy baby pose, you know what that is, Howard?
Yeah. What
is
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know.
I knew you was
It's when you got your your
Nah,
hands.
it's Ayo.
It's Ayo. The definition
Ayo.
Ayo. If they would have told me that off rip, I'd have known everything I needed to know. I don't know why they came up with that at the very end. If you would have told me he was talking about baby yoga pose, rub down there, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
Yo, wait.
Because I know you a demon.
How
You a
did
menace
how
to
did information
society,
come out?
Sean.
How did information
Social
come out?
media.
Yo?
New York Times.
It's a journal.
Yo,
It was a
so-
journalist.
You
No,
say
time out.
he was. Yo,
No, it was
oh
a
my
journalist
God.
that went, like, because everyone was saying they investigating the cause, but it was a journalist, or whoever it was, that just went out and just made
Talk
sure.
about rub between.
It's a
Yeah,
happy
faking
baby.
this shit. Like, she was like, all right, I'm not about to let y'all just
Lying.
fabricate. Like, lie. I'm about to go investigate this shit. Sorry, what the fuck I just said. And she, what was it, 70, 60?
It was
Whatever
so-
the fuck it was. It was crazy.
Hold on, I can break it down.
amount.
I can break it down.
Some
I can break it
crazy
down.
amount. And
So
like,
it's 66. Hold on, keep going.
and like, it was some crazy shit. And I just want to like, backpedal on how I was defending, not how I was defending it, but it was just like a sense of, it was this case and that was this case. Boy, you definitely this case. You a freaky motherfucker. Like ain't no way around it. You're like,
You going
wow,
massage.
you going.
You going crazy.
Like I was telling you, if I feel like if you moving like that, like now I agree with you too. I don't think he raping him.
He did it.
I don't
He
think
did
he's
it.
like raping.
No one is alleging that, and yeah,
Yeah.
he did it. Factually, he did not.
But they
do
felt uncomfortable. They probably some of them regretted it, you know, and like, you know,
If
it ain't he not a regular dude. He just like girls could like just like I fucked him and damn like I ain't really want to do that
And if
or
you
whatever.
Yeah.
It's Deshaun Watson, so you feel that way, you got to do something about it
it. If you're ever,
on a big scale. Like you gonna get paid off off just being uncomfortable. Now I don't know. He could have. I don't know. I personally don't think that's what happened.
I'm just
It
like,
ain't 60 women that came and said like he did something.
Hold on,
It just
hold
came
on.
out
I'm gonna do
that
the
he did it
breakdown.
with 60 women in
the
a year.
66 women are 24 who have sued him, including 2 who filed suits within the last week, a woman who sued but then withdrew the complaint, 2 women who filed criminal complaints, at least 15 therapists who issued statements of support for Watson, at least 4 therapists from Genuine Touch, the massage therapy group contracted with the Texans, 5 women identified by the plaintiff's lawyers during
he was
the
keeping it in the
investigation
house.
of their civil suits.
He going to the Texans.
At least 15 other women whose appointments with Watson were confirmed through interviews and records reviewed by the New York Times. So it wasn't 66 women that had come forward.
No.
It's basically the New York Times adding up all of these women and saying, okay, it was 66 total.
But I hate how they trying to burn them with the narrative though, and we ain't hear about the 15 that supported, which is crazy.
No, we did. No, because that was like one of the first things, and I was paying like extremely close attention to it though. But we did. That was like one, maybe like the first 2 weeks, because everyone was like, oh, that's kind of a weird defense that 22 people are complaining about him, and then you introduce an additional 15.
Said he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that means he had 37 therapists. But anytime you're in a position where you're rubbing your genitals on someone and it's before you've established that there's mutual interest, that's probably not a good idea.
You don't do yoga.
That's all
It's definitely not a good idea. But when you have a name like Deshaun Watson, you think you can do weird shit. Like,
it's entitled. That's exactly what it is.
Like, you feel like you can do that shit.
So I think to say, not even your defense, but you explaining kind of his perspective.
Right.
The best way to describe it is entitlement. So it's not right, but you're saying, you're explaining why he thinks he can do those actions.
Right, exactly. And
He feeling himself.
He wild as fuck, but like, he feeling himself.
I definitely just think he watched too much porn. Like, he can't forget.
Yo, for real.
He can't forget the massage video he saw on like the 300th page of Brazzers. It's like from like 6 years ago.
No yoga
Like, he
poses.
chases that high, bro. He can't have consensual sex with whoever he wants.
Why are you
chasing the high? Like, bro, because it's a specific video. It's deep as hell in the page. He was on page 357, bro. Like,
He crazy.
he is straight porn addict.
Masseuse stud.
Yeah, he's straight porn addict, bro.
You're a freak.
He's straight porn addict.
Like I said, if my son came to me and was like, yo, I had 60 bodies in a year, I'm like, you good?
You was straight?
You like, you okay now?
60 he said 60 consensual bodies that like he got from the kids.
I'm still curious. Like,
No,
are you
100%.
okay? Like, that's some demon time shit.
But
like,
imagine he was like,
60 bodies in a year, bro?
I got 60 bodies in a year, and I got all of them through massages, and then I finessed them with sex. Like,
That's bullshit. Yeah, that's a whole other
demon.
I just want to say, as a former athlete,
You like massaging, but that don't.
Shaq
Yo, no, we ain't doing that. No, as a former athlete, it's like it was easy to be able to accumulate all those bodies. So, I mean, since Deshaun Watson, like, and since Deshaun Watson, he's just like, shit, I can do it. I mean, as a former athlete, we thought we could do it.
Trey trying to say too much.
I
As a quarterback, for most people,
I never feel that way.
I ain't never been happy. No happy endings, but it's just like, shit, like.
I mean, to be fair, I ain't go to Clemson. You know, there's levels to this.
There's definitely levels.
Yeah,
you feel like, a certain way about yourself when you get there.
But I think it ultimately boils down. There's levels, so that I think emphasizes kind of not the issue, but what we're talking about, right? But I was never I was aggressive, but I was never an aggressor with women. You know what I mean? So like. I was always very conscious of that. I was raised by all women. You know what I mean? Like, so I was always Shaq. You see me. I was always more of the chill. Like, you know, if we end up having a conversation, great. But
you ain't showing to the light green as hell.
That is
I was different. My foot was on the gas.
For sure.
And like you miss, and it's just like you don't think you're gonna miss.
Exactly. No, and for sure, and I think the entitlement goes both ways because I definitely, I was entitled at one point. Like even I thought I knew I was gonna get girls, but I don't know. I I was always so conscious of them being comfortable. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or not being in a situation they didn't want to be in. I was just hyper
not trying
focused
to
on
hear
that
that
part.
part.
Yo,
I'm
for
not-
real.
And
I'm
I've always liked white girls. You know what I mean? That adds a different layer and element to it too. Or I've always been involved with white girls rather. But yeah, I was always super like, yo, you good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
for real.
Like,
exactly.
Uncomfortable or like get some.
That's a turn off.
I'm done. I'm done. Like I came to
ASAP.
Williamsville and it was like, yo, you better watch it. Like, ooh, you do some weird shit.
It's different.
Let
It's
me just
different.
chill.
It's different.
It's definitely different.
And I think, so I think basically how I'm saying is like there is an overwhelming majority of guys that just could never even approach that Deshaun Watson level. You know what I mean? Entitled or not, just because they're not moving that way or they're not comfortable making women uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And whether these women, I guess if they ended up down for it, they weren't uncomfortable, right? But you know what I mean? You're taking that risk of them being not down for it, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And as entitled as Watson might have been, he knew some of these girls wasn't going to be down for it. And that's why he signed.
And he
That's
might
why
have
he
did
had him sign an NDA.
And he might have did it because like, yo, he a big baller client, you know, all this and that. And it's like, okay, I'm attracted to him, but I don't know if I want to fuck him.
Yeah,
and then they just
yeah.
kind of do it.
And whether, and I don't even know if he was being conscious about it like that, because like you put him in that situation, like it's an extra hurdle they have to jump over to say no, right? Because they're like, like, was I expecting this? No, but like, like I don't mind it enough to stop it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the strategy that's at play there. You know what I mean? Because a couple of them, I was reading the Times article yesterday, and a couple of them were acquaintances of his, people he had knew, were in the same circles, and it's like, dog, if you wanted to have sex with her, you probably could have just, you know what I mean, had sex with her. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about they went to brunch together and
he
stuff.
was on some real fantasy, like,
Yo,
playing out.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
I feel that he like. I feel that he was on some real freak boy
He
playing out of
wanted it
fantasy.
to work out exactly this, like, yeah, he was moving different, bro. Yeah,
He pictured everything before he woke up. Like, I'm gonna do this one. Like, I'm gonna do this one. Like,
if they were like, yo, you didn't do criminally anything wrong, but you gotta go to jail for a year because you just gotta like stop being so horny. I wouldn't even be mad about them making that exception. Like, he is liable to cause real damage to society.
Okay, so with 21 being the Browns signed him, the 21 fucking people came at 4 and say he did something. Browns signed him either way.
That's wild.
And now
280 guaranteed.
Wait,
240,
230,
230. Guaranteed.
Regardless.
A lot of motherfucking money guaranteed. And now 70, 60 more? Come on. What does the Browns...
Well, so it's not 60 more, it's 60 in total. Only 2 new
okay.
allegations came out. 2 new cases.
So now as a Brown, like, GM for the Browns, what the fuck are you thinking?
I mean, it's tough. I get why the Browns did it, but I think speaking realistically, being in the Browns situation, as good as your roster is, you kind of have to make a decision on Baker soon, but you still have Baker under contract. I kind of get why they did it. They must have gotten some sort of bad information that pretty much everything's going to be straight. Maybe they didn't care. Seems like the NFL's kind of overwhelming feeling, unless it involves domestic violence, like women are kind of expendable. Think about what's going on with the Commanders, Robert Kraft, different situations, but still, you know, women are all the base of the problem. The NFL's kind of like, whatever. So I think some of that had something to do with it. I get why the Panthers were in on it. I get a little bit more why the Saints were in on it. The Browns, I don't really understand. Your team's good enough where you might not make it all the way, but if you get Baker back healthy, you got a shot. You know what I mean? The rest of the teams, you're gonna make some sort of playoff run. You got Nick Chubb, you got Hunt, and I don't know what you do at this point. You kind of just got to rock with it, and you got to just see what happens. You already signed him and took all the backlash.
Right.
There's really no stance you can make that unless you're going to try and void the trade, which probably isn't going to happen, and then you look like an asshole because you already made the decision.
Well, I have a question for you. What would you expect teams to do with him though. Like it's not like they're just gonna let him be a free agent.
No,
You know?
exactly,
It's like,
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like the Panthers have nothing else going on. Teams like that, I understand, because if this is on the Panthers, it's like, yeah, go sit down for 2 years. Like we're not going nowhere. But now the Browns have $230 million on the books. They have Baker Mayfield. They have a team that needs to win right now.
Team,
you know, and what can you do? Because you can't just release Watson. So,
Shaq, is your question? Do you feel like the Browns are being like insensitive? Like, are you questioning their move of getting him?
With that being said, I mean, I guess I don't. At first, I didn't think the Browns were being insensitive. Now it's just like with everything adding up, it's just almost like, what the fuck are they going to do?
Yeah.
You have to ask that question. What are like as an organization, like what are we going to do when
what
we
can
have
you
this
do?
shit? Right?
Really?
What can you do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I would. What do you like? What did you even think the
you have
Rams
to
are?
either save face or like
Yeah.
I think it's both ways.
But and that's what I'm saying though. But like even saving face, it's okay. So saving face from the perspective of you cut ties with them and say you're not standing for it. But like,
or even like a lengthy suspension to like,
yeah, for sure. But you already accepted 22. You know what I mean? So then 2, like if you save face, anybody's gonna call your bluff or your BS on that. And I think that's kind of what makes it tough. Where you kind of got to just ride it out. You know, just how you plan.
Well, Stephen A. Smith said one thing. He was like, no matter what them fans feel in that stadium to watch Deshaun Watson play. They're like, they're trying to make it like on the owner or on the NFL. It ain't about that. It's a business. Mm-hmm. The fans gonna show up and they know that. So and then on top of that, you know, again, it's insensitive, but women aren't their market. So it's like they're going to sit here and they're gonna let Deshaun Watson play because they know them seats is filling up to see Deshaun Watson play. They're trying to see Baker. They're like, nah, we trying to see our boys. You know, the Browns go crazy.
Isn't it crazy though? Isn't it crazy though that throughout all of this, and I'm not saying this is growth because it's not, and based on everything we've seen in the last couple months, couple years, whatever. But isn't it crazy though that throughout all of this, and I think it really just speaks to how great he is at what he did, at what he does in playing quarterback. Throughout all of this, tearing him down, media reports, everything. He got $230 million. That's crazy. Guaranteed. And it's not like it was like we're talking about the Browns right now. There was 3-4 teams prepared to give him that.
Right.
That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. So that really goes to show
how much they care.
Well, it goes to show either how little they care about women, or just how good Deshaun Watson is at football. It's only one of those two.
I would go
how much of a big business it is, though.
I would go 60-40 with it being 60 is like they don't give them they didn't give a flying rat's about women. 40 is just being like Deshaun Watson is just that good.
Yeah. Well, and why it can't be it's just a big business though, or why I will push back on that explanation a little bit, just because like this is a black man, and there is like ample opportunity right now to like put him in the ground. And just no, you could. Oh,
they're
Chris,
trying
if they wanted to. No, but if NFL owners wanted to,
but white men don't.
They put Colin Kaepernick in the ground for something that was justifiably correct.
But that was a bigger, in my opinion, like unfortunately,
yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. If they have an opportunity right now to destroy a black man if they wanted to,
but
destroy his livelihood.
Black men run the elite QB league. We
kind
of always have, but now it's to the point where it's like
you're coming around to my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, despite it being such a large business, like they could have ruined a black man, or they might treat a white man differently. But he's so good that they're just like, you know what, like nah. Let it ride. Give him his bag.
But also, they want every future.
Right, you're right. And to add, if he was into all the antics and like being like loud,
you see what I
they would have been like,
I think you see what I'm saying.
I get you.
Yeah.
But now that black QBs kind of run the league and are the showtime, like
but that's my exact point.
No. But here's my point though. But since that's the case, now they're going to pamper. They're going to pamper us. They're going to make sure that we are taken care of, and we trust in organizations to come and give us our 1,000%. Before, your point, in my opinion, would stand because it was like we want a pocket dude anyway. A lot of y'all black dudes like to run. At the end of the day, if you fuck up, we're going to bury you to make a bigger point that we need white pocket quarterbacks. That's not a conversation anymore. Talking quarterbacks is a thing of the past. That's not the conversation anymore. And the main people who are like that are black men. So
No,
now,
and I'm not saying they would have been.
now we're getting that privilege.
Yeah. Well, that is really my point.
Well, then we talking the same shit.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
2 minutes ago.
Well, the way we were saying, I go around my point. We were saying the same shit is differently. But
but I was saying like you were saying it's big business, but I'm saying like despite it being big business, like back in the day, despite it being big business, they might have used that to bury a black man type shit. Despite him being,
that's back in the day.
But
That's what I'm saying now. That's not happening.
Random cutting him.
That's it.
Transition to another great black quarterback that was
Trent Ferguson.
Close. Michael Vick, though.
Oh, okay.
Michael Vick, we're gonna transition, and just to share, like, we're gonna do a giveaway, Michael Vick jersey giveaway, courtesy of my boy Trent Ferg.
No.
All you gotta do,
TFQ,
like,
the original QB7,
share, and comment with 3 other names, like just 3 other names. Tag your people.
Tag them.
Boom. And you're going to be entered into the drawing and win that Michael Vick jersey, man. Shout out to that boy right there, Trent Ferg, man.
We'll post a picture. So Wade jersey, I want to say is white with the red lettering.
Ooh.
JSA certified. You know, you got that certification. It's official, all that. I want to say I probably got it a couple years ago. I haven't gotten a chance to frame it. So we're going to give back, baby. Let's grow the pod. Tag your peoples, man. You'll get a fresh jersey. Throw it in the office. Throw it in the man cave. Just like that. You know, get your little decoration on, man.
Facts. Matter of fact, I got a away throwback Q's jersey. I throw in there.
Come on!
Hey!
My guy, get right,
Let's
man.
do it.
Little Buffalo
Let's do
legend,
it.
original QB7. You get your space right, man. Get your
Right.
space right.
So we're going to figure all that out, get the pictures and everything. So now y'all know we got a Vic jersey and a Q's jersey that y'all could win. Howard Washington and Michael Vick. I mean, you know, Michael Vick, a lot of people might. I mean, a lot of other people might not be around, like, because you know the dog shit and everything, but Vic is still that boy, minus that. But you got a Vic and the Howard Washington jersey coming to you live, and all you have to do is like, share, retweet, or wherever it's on, wherever you see it on, and comment 3 different people. Moving on to the top 5 with Buffalo, Howie. We asked Todd last episode who his top 5 was. Now it's your turn, my man.
Hold on, let's set the parameters.
You gotta give me
Yeah. Okay, so you graduated high school in what year?
16, 17, reclass on 17.
Okay, so we'll go 17. We'll go from. I don't want to go too far.
Couple
back.
years
I feel
ago,
like what?
couple
No,
years.
let's go
LT
20.
right?
Yeah.
Let's go 2013 and 2017.
Okay.
Bet.
So
Who in 13
older than
then?
me or my age?
Awesome.
Well, yeah, us, but we're not gonna be. Who would have been on that list for
I bet you in the top 5.
Go 2014 because I don't even think
14,
there was.
14,
Was there someone
17?
big in our class?
Yeah, 20. No.
I don't think
Other
so.
than the fucking Canisius people, no.
Yeah, 14,
Johnny.
17.
Johnny.
wasn't in our
No, I'm
class.
saying in our class, 2013.
That's where he was like, y'all.
Johnny
Maybe
who?
12
No.
or 10.
Oh
No.
no, he's not gonna be on this list. But shout out
I
Johnny.
fuck
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny was.
We-
Yeah, you're right.
we had a
Johnny was
we had-
nice.
Nice.
Johnny was top 5 in our class. for
We was
sure.
little solid at hers. I had a little like they was like, oh, Johnny been on Shaq, and I was like, we went at it type shit, but like, so.
Yeah, go 2014 because
14,
2014
17.
was Sterling. Yeah, go
All right.
2014.
Tap.
Tap was the original after you.
I'm gonna go. I'm keeping me out. Okay.
Okay.
Top
Okay.
5.
No, hold on, no.
But you know the basketball. Tag gonna put himself in.
I put himself in.
But every
You putting yourself in.
Anybody-
I put myself up there.
But
for sure.
anybody,
Okay,
but anybody that's here and that's a hooper and he's still, they better be putting
They better-
themselves in, or I'm gonna lose some respect for you. So I respect him saying that.
Nah,
Give me
word,
5.
I'm trying to
Give me
give you 5.
Because then we just gonna be getting 4 the whole time. 4 plus
I'm gonna
whoever we're
go-
interviewing. You know what I mean?
Around my age, I gotta go top.
Order?
Huh?
This is in order?
No, sir. Can't order. I don't got no order, man. I gotta go top. I gotta throw Dave. Gotta throw Jordan in there. Nora.
No.
Nora.
Gotta
Okay.
throw Nora in there. NBA champ. Shout out my boy.
Yeah.
Let's go with some old heads. Talk said it last night. Takir was a dog. LT. God. I'm gonna throw LT in there.
LT4.
LT was a high school demon for sure.
Demon. He just posted his joint today.
Yeah, I
He
saw
got
it.
some
No, he a demon now too.
high school,
Yeah.
college, he getting it done. Hopefully my boy go overseas. You know, shout out to you, bro.
Me and LT had record
4.
season.
4.
I'm gonna tell a story when you
I
done.
need a 5th. 17 to 14.
It's tough.
I gotta go Tap.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like
I gotta go
Tap,
I
Don
gotta go Tap.
Welch.
Ooh.
Those are the only 2 big ones missing though. I can think of off the top of my head.
Yo, Dom got that scoring title.
Yeah.
So that 5th, that
Tap
last
just
boy,
had
that
the
last
last
one.
Tap was him
longevity.
from like 8th grade. That was the only
Tap was who I looked up to. Bro.
Yeah, Tap was.
He
They
was
brought,
next
they
level.
brought a ticket though.
Ticket.
was-
He under me though.
Ticket.
He
That's true.
He younger than me.
Yeah, that's true.
He like
Okay.
2 years younger than me, I think.
So
So he would be
you
on
set
there.
the parameters to 2 years. yo.
No, he
No,
said
we
17 to 14.
17 to 14. Yeah. I forgot about Ticket though.
Tap. I gotta go Tap.
Yeah,
I gotta
Tap
go Tap.
is- yeah,
My boy Tap.
Tap.
That's who I looked up to.
I don't think you can make a list. And
You can't. I need 10.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
put Tap
You
on
can't
it.
leave that. Or
You can't
because
leave
I
Tap
was in,
out.
bro. I'm playing Taplin in high school, bro. Senior year, bro.
It's different.
This motherfucker. I'm like,
You were
I'm
just
I'm
so
about to check
nonchalant.
him.
Bro,
So,
no,
I
just
hated
so
that about that
explosive.
motherfucker.
Yeah, just his
Senior
stop,
year, he come out of nowhere.
Nigga come off screen.
his stop and
just
start
pop
was
in. Like,
crazy.
yo, bro, I
His
can't down
stop
off
and start
screen.
was
I don't know how to
crazy.
do that.
Like, yeah, his
And
stop
then
and
all
start
the
was
other
crazy.
boys, bro, like Dave, so
He's got like
he's
24 of them.
unpredictable.
Warren. Yeah,
He's
okay,
so
okay.
unpredictable, bro. Wiry. He got that league body. You know what I'm saying? Like he built into his body. He's starting to shoot the ball better. His in between. You know what I mean? He played both sides of the ball. Top, you know, dog. You know what I mean? Fighting off his injury, coming back, but I think he'll have a great year next year. Who else was there? Jordan, NBA champ. You know, speak for himself. College, high school, Louisville. You know, did his thing. Tap, Dave. What else I throw in there? What's I throw in there?
Top Dave, Jordan.
Top, Dave, Jordan.
Who's the fifth?
LT was 4.
Oh,
and
LT.
Tap was 5.
Tap,
LT.
okay, yeah, and then Tap, and then LT
Yeah.
just get it
Yeah.
done. You get it done.
LT,
Grind. That's
yeah.
that's one of my boys. He put that work. in.
He
put
about-
that work. in.
LT
I respect
is a
y'all
role
boys.
player that scores.
He
In
get
my
it done.
opinion, like that boy.
You get it done.
I
That's
respect
how
y'all
motherfuckers
boys
is.
that are about that life and always have been.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And a lot of
despite-
people, you know what I mean, don't like him, but he talking stuff. you know
Yeah,
what I mean? He
yeah.
gonna be who he is.
Right.
And,
He
and some-
fiery as hell.
and that
I like
sometimes
that.
that mess with
I
people.
saw him at
you know what I
Canisius
mean?
and I was just like, yo, who is this little
Nah,
nigga?
he fiery.
Yo,
Yeah, he gonna pop it, but he gonna get it done.
Okay, so how we had high school beef? It must have been his junior year, where I would have been a senior. I might have
Senior,
graduated, and he was up for Player of the Year, and I think I said Greg Dolan or some. I said someone else should have won it. I can't remember who. But it was me trying to be like my Twitter scout way before he became my Twitter scout. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't on no hate shit. I didn't even know LT. But he had responded to me and like we had got into it. Like and you know how it was back then. I mean, LT, we talked about
he
we was going
gonna let you
crazy.
hear it.
that
We
nigga
was going
He gonna let you hear it for
crazy. We was going crazy. But now years later, fuck my boy LT, man. Keep doing your thing, man. But nah, that's same. But it's funny you say that, or funny, you know, we had that situation because the same reason we got into that argument, had that beef, is the same reason I respect him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that intensity, that passion, dog. Man.
Passion, he loved it. He
Yo,
loved it, bro.
The passion of that
Passion,
motherfucker.
bro.
I've
And I
never
played-
seen it.
And
yo.
I've seen this since here. We played Little League North Buffalo football together.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You know what I mean? He out there talking and stuff.
Bro.
And translate. And then
Yeah.
he was at Canisius before me. Then I went to Canisius, you know what I mean? Got to know him, became my brother. You know what I mean? Like just
No matter
I like
what
to
you-
think I
yeah.
talk shit,
yeah.
but yo,
You
I
gonna
like
hear
to
it.
think yo shit.
You gonna hear
LT
it.
talk a lot more shit
He was
than me,
gunning my
yo,
ass.
and
You gonna hear it, bro.
and just like mad, like I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
type
you gonna hear
shit.
it.
And I was just like,
Nah,
You
fuck
gonna hear
with
it.
God.
yeah, nah, yeah.
You
But
gonna hear it.
and I think we talked about this last episode too. But if you have that passion with anything and everything, man, you will be successful no matter what. No matter what.
For sure.
Washing
For sure.
dishes, you gonna be the best
Whatever it
damn
is.
thing. Whatever you doing, if you got passion and intensity,
And that swagger, bro. He was one of those first players that swagger. Like he had that. You know what I mean? That's LT.
it wasn't even like
You
it
know
was
what I
the
mean?
like the swagger, like the pretty boy. It's like in the
Nah,
like
yeah.
basketball or whatever. It was just his confidence was.
You letting it go. That's me. I need to shoot this. Like, yeah, I'm shooting it.
Nah, people
need that.
Bro, people hate that. People hate that.
A lot of people hate that.
A lot of people.
That's what I loved about LT.
But this is what we just saying about James Harden, and we just saying about Ben. Like, stepping up to that, he gonna step up every time. I'm shooting it regardless. You know what I'm saying? People get on Bron. People get on. They passed it up. He getting it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna live or die with me. You know what I mean?
I used to see him on Twitter like,
I trust myself.
I argue everybody.
Yeah. Nah, and this is a conversation. This is a conversation for a different day. But people just hate people hate overconfidence in general. Just
absolutely.
No matter what.
And Williamsville, bro, it started like you was a cocky motherfucker than me. It was just like, bitch, we just we love what the fuck we do. And we here to express it.
For sure.
Bitch, you gonna hear it.
And speaking specifically individually, I was probably a little too cocky in high school, but that still doesn't justify people hating. You know what I mean? Like this ain't got nothing to do with you, dog. Like just let me do me and ride your own lane.
And for people that never done it, if you've never been in that situation before, like you can't
go be good at chess. Like do your thing in chess. Like
I used to remember
if you gonna flex, but let me say, if you gonna flex and you the shit in chess, I respect that. Like you know what I mean? I respect that. And man, just people just don't. I don't know, and I don't know if it's something
it irritates people, bro. Like,
but I wonder if it's something that's going on with them. You know, like what? Like you know what I'm saying?
Most of the time, but that's why you really gotta one ear out the other.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Understand
do you mean them as in the players that's showing confidence?
No, the people that are hating.
Like,
you know, and not even. And hating is a very thrown around term now, so I don't want to say hating, but just are off put by your confidence. You know what I mean?
Or even if it is not a confidence, or like somebody that talks stuff all the time. Like, personally, like talking stuff to somebody, you know what I mean, going back and forth, it get me play better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Talking some stuff out there, like, and it may come off like, oh, he's an asshole. You know what I mean? He's causing problems on the court. He's not a good team player. He's not a teammate. You know what I mean? But like, bro, like, just make that's how it wired me.
My shit was never allowed. I'd be on the field and be like, hey, yo, come here, come press me, like shit. Like, but I'd never be like on social media, like, motherfuckers can't.
Oh, yeah, no, I was never that way.
When you get on the field, when you get on that field against me, I'm like, hey, yo, come here. Why the fuck you so far back?
Like, toe to toe. Right here, toe to toe.
Get your ass
my opinion, what I think it is, like, yeah, I know what you mean, Trent, like, the term hating getting thrown around all the time. Like sometimes people just have another opinion or perspective on who you are as a person.
But sometimes you're just
sometimes like you entitled to have that, you know, that perspective. Yeah, but keep it to yourself. But I think what it is like people who are like actual haters.
Yeah.
What it is they can't do what you do. They can only dream of it. It's not in their body. So when you're doing that and you're gloating about it, not even in like a negative way, you're gloating about it. They want to see you fail to see you human. Like, you fuck up too. Like, you're not better than me. Like, you know what I mean?
No, you didn't know that we already
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly.
That
but they're not seeing that. They're not
part
seeing
of
that.
us, like.
They just see the glow.
We've been through so much shit. And to be able to just say,
dog,
bitch, I just scored a touchdown on you. Like, yo, that shit is
work my ass off for this.
You worked your
You got motherfuckers in the stands who would never catch that ball, who would never throw that shit.
My mom and dad, and I'm showing off for them.
Like, that same humility they're seeking is, ironically enough, the same reason we end up becoming, you know, confident, cocky, however you want to describe it. Because we done experience all that. You know,
But instead,
all of that.
Instead, we embrace it. They are like letting it take over their mind, their mental, and like.
And the ironic part of it is that they think just because they're seeing the success and they're seeing us brag about the success, you know, they want that to happen because they think it hasn't, or we haven't experienced it.
Or they see it with somebody they know. It's easy.
It was a fight. It was a fight to get here, you know. But because they haven't gone through that process, because they're not chasing those same things, they just see the finished product and it's like, oh, you know, this what has he done? You know, why does he deserve this? Well, why isn't it me? Blah blah. Like, no,
bro. The minute I caught my first high school touchdown, I was just like, I'm that nigga.
Nice.
Yo, bro. Like the first South Park versus Cheektowaga Central, bro. First game, bro. I caught maybe 4 passes and 3 of them was like on some. Oh shit! I just did that, Watson nigga. catch a touchdown in the end zone.
No.
My first touchdown, varsity, bro.
You get your name up there. That's really me. That's me.
Like you go through growing up, like you doing like
you in the backyard, you running your yard. Oh, touchdown! You really doing it, bro. That's how I was like, my first dunk.
Yeah.
At Kenisha's first dunk, bro, like it's like probably like second, third quarter, bro. I dunked it. Mom, I got a video of it now. Like my mom got a video. She sent it to me. I dunked it, bro. Rest of the game a blur. Like you know, when you
don't even remember.
You know when you feel outside your body, like bro,
chill.
Outside your body, just like bro. I'm just the rest of the game. We blowing them out. Like dunk. I'm a sophomore. I'm dunking. I'm lit. I'm happy.
That's that spirit though.
Yeah,
spirit taking over.
Outside your
I
body,
think that's what it is. Like when I feel like I get them like when your body get cold and you feel them like goosebumps type shit. I was like, oh shit, it's someone else.
For real.
It's someone else. Like like
Bro,
people don't like to believe in ghosts.
body.
It's like it's not you, but you just feel some love, like level of.
Then
like,
you go do it again. And you like, all right.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
shit
just
is
regular. You know what I mean?
Nah, for
Mine was
real.
Bennett High, week 2, junior year. Like I knew I was nice, freshman, sophomore, played JV, everything like that. For junior year, second game of the season, we played Bennett, threw for like 350 and like 5 touchdowns against them boys. I was like, oh nah, like we do it, yeah, we do it. Like, okay, like nah, we out here. This is different. This is different. Man, that's all it takes though.
And when you get that,
and when you get that, I'm here. Man,
it's
can't
confidence.
nobody can't nobody tell you not
through the roof.
And for you haters, man, you doing it wrong. If you want us to shut up, stop. Don't hate.
Right.
that's adding
like
more fuel.
We all find our lane in something.
More fuel.
And I was about to say, like, haters, y'all got a lane. Y'all could be like suburban.
Yeah.
And let's say you show more love. Let's say a dude like y'all like sports, and they not good at sports at all, but they showing support. Let's say they good at cooking.
Yeah.
And now y'all fucking with them. Y'all putting them on. Y'all supporting they shit. This off the love.
And that's why I said that about chess. Like I said it in a joke manner, but I'm not being funny, man. There is something for everybody, and pursue that and crush that and have confidence in yourself. That's you.
For sure.
I ain't no damn chess player.
You gotta
if you like
same
that.
support.
Yeah, exactly.
Switch that camera to me. He says chess. Yo, if anybody want to challenge me in chess, I got a few challenges right now. Chessboard at home. You can call me and we can do it, man. I'm nice in chess.
For the spread. For the spread.
For the spread.
For the spread. For the spread.
For the spread, man. I got a chessboard right in front. We can pull it out. Do our thing. Just have some fun. Even if you want to learn, we here. But
sure.
man.
But okay. Wait, one last thing before we wrap up. So for you, Howard, what would you? So you said the dunk. But like we just said, man, you was doing this for a minute. So when did it really set in? Because I think you were ranked like 6th, 7th grade. When did it really set in? Like, and not even the cocky way, like I'm different, but like
I'm that boy.
yeah, not even I'm that boy, but like the things that are applying to me, what's happening with me right now, like none of that is happening to my peers. Because at that point, that had never happened. Not even your peers, but anyone that came before you in Buffalo.
That one moment. It's a lot. I got one where, not where I really seen that I was that boy, but this is where I really started loving basketball, the game of basketball, introduced to basketball. Like I said, I was playing Little League in North Buffalo, McCarthy Park. I was 6. It was an 8-year-old team. Like, it's 3 courts on McCarthy. I'm down there shooting my pops, just out there. He had me out there just shooting, He see them down there, working out, practicing 8 and under team. He called them over, asked them, you can come practice with y'all. Can you join the team?
We don't know.
So boom, my parents buy the team pizza like a bribe.
You
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a crazy story. I tell everybody this story. Like my parents had to bribe my first basketball team. You know what I mean? I got on my first team 6 and under. I'm 6, playing 8 and under. McCarthy Park. Cam Lewis could vouch for me.
Yeah.
He was on that team. He was probably 7. They put me on the team. End up whatever. Worked out with them. Whatever. They let me join the league. McCarthy Park League. MVP of the league. At 6. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm like it was just little moments. It was one moment. Like my dad talked to me a lot of time. Derek Summers, Jordan Summers,
and that's when it happens, yo.
Derek Summers. He knew I was so my dad was yelling at my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
biggest
exactly.
supporter, biggest critic, like all that.
Mm-hmm.
He yelling at me, rebound. Bigger kids out there, rebound. Boom. He see, I jump up, one hand rebound, grab it. He, like, you know what I mean? Like he always talk about
Just
that
little
one
moments like
scenario,
that.
and he like, I'm 6.
Yeah.
I'm out here competing with 8-year-olds. So that's one where I realized like, okay, like I need to start taking it serious. I dropped football after that. You know what I mean? Start taking basketball serious. I'm training.
And it's crazy to have that at 6 years old. You know what I mean? And because I wasn't like that. Like I played offensive line. I played linebacker. Like I didn't really pop off in football until high school. So I think it's crazy to have that and just maintain it every step of the way. And I think your dad obviously was a large part of that.
He installed that into me, but then I also think that goes into my IQ for the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I've been playing since 6 and always playing up.
And not even that, but playing it at a high level with someone that supported you too and knew the game.
For
you know what I mean?
Every day, backyard, pointers. He didn't play it at the highest level.
Exactly.
He played at O'Hara. He had an offer to Liberty. He went to Liberty, got homesick, came back home. You know what I mean? Just a problem. Like you just like, but then I know what's different. What I need to do different. I was okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Put me on there. Put me on the right path. But I think the dunk was one. Not just that was just like a moment.
Exactly.
I remember, like,
oh damn. Yeah.
I want to say I had an AAU game. I was playing for Buffalo State, I was playing for.
You were a City Rock kid too, right?
Yeah, I played for City Rock.
Right?
I was playing for City Rock, but younger. This is like probably around the age 7th, 8th grade. I was playing with like a local, I think Buffalo Stampede. We played at St. Mary's. Of course, you're going sideways to 3 courts. Mm-hmm. Middle court. We playing on the middle court at 40. Playing with Jordan McKinnon. Or
40.
41, sorry.
AAU game.
41 in the AAU game. My dad was, my mom always took my stats. Like, after that, I was just like, bro, I just had 40. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, like it triggered me into that. And then after then,
that's
just
the one.
Work.
That's the one.
Work.
Yeah,
work,
that's
work,
the
work.
one.
And you know what I'm saying? And
that's
you got all these people around you. Oh, you
that's
this
the
and
one.
that. And then you got your pops at home like, don't, you know what I mean?
I think your dad cut in all of that noise from the outside, telling you you're so great. You know what I mean? 100%. Being able to cut that and keep you grounded 100%. Is really what is the secret sauce. You 100%. Know what I mean? Just
like I said, when we started the conversation, saying that just having that people that you just feel like obviously it's your father, but like I'm listening to you. You know what I mean? Like okay, like, this is what I need to do. I hope I'm trusting in you. I'm believing in you. Like this is what it takes, and that's what it took.
And I mean, it all comes full circle when you go through the ACL, you go through the stroke.
Yeah.
Here you are sitting here talking to us like, no, I'm working. I'm still making shit.
This year, y'all gonna see me out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And bro, that's it right there.
I just want to piggyback on what Fergie said. Like, he mentioned like you having people like, who were those people
around me?
Around you.
So your dad, who else?
Like
high school, college.
High school, college. Who helped you be you?
Through high school, I was really good at like, and like now that I'm working with kids now, you know what I mean, coaching time and see how like the distractions and I care about this. So and so got ranked this, made this team, like he kept me away from that stuff. You know what I mean? So like I said, my mom and dad. Honestly, like my team, you know what I mean, my teammates.
You mentioned one shorty from Syracuse a couple times. It sounded like she
Brittany Sykes. Yeah, Brittany Sykes. I mean, that was in college. Yeah, that was once I tore my ACL. Brad Pike, like I said, the trainer, he told me, give her a call, just see, because she tore both her ACLs.
Oh, okay.
She tore her ACL before she got to college. She got to college, tore her ACL.
The other one?
And then, the other one. So, you know what I mean? And now she's playing in the WNBA now. So she's back, you know what I mean? One of those people that they did it, they was up, got hurt, and then they got back up there. You know what I mean? So just tell me like what it takes. So somebody listen to Mike. Same thing. Michael Carter Williams was another person. He sent me his number. I reached out to him because he hurt his knee too. I had the same type of injury before college. I don't know. I was just real open. Like, you know what I mean?
So big, yeah.
Like, I listened to it, and like I said, my parents installed in me just understand, like, what knowledge you're going to retain. You know what I mean? I can hear it. You can tell me, I'm going to listen to you respectfully. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? But understanding what's going to stick and what I'm going to apply. You know what I mean? So just, like I said, the foundation is my parents and my father, and then just staying consistent with that.
So you had, so it sounds like you had your parents, you had coaches.
Both parents,
but you also had the upbringing around you and enough knowledge from your parents to understand that you can learn something from everybody.
And then and luckily they seen it into me. And then like I said, and they took not that I'm mad at them or they kind of took over what, you know what I mean? My dad sent me to prep school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta go.
that's the best opportunity for me. You got, you know, I'm playing, like I said, so sophomore year, I'm playing City Rocks, Peach Jam. So I got my first offer freshman year from Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Virginia Tech, James Johnson, I'll never forget. Old head, like, the year he offered me, he lost the job the next year, so he was just recruiting, But called me right after we played Blue Williams. Bam Adebayo was on that team. Somebody else, I don't know who the other person was, but called me right after the game. What's up, young fella? You played great. You scored all 3 levels. We're gonna offer you a scholarship. What? I'm literally leaving Blue Williams Sports Complex. He's calling me. I'm like, and this is a live period, so they can call you as soon as oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? And then just in that same moment or that same tournament, right at the end of the year, we went to Peach Jam. Coach from Mount Verde Academy, Ray Miller, ended up contacting my dad, coming or whatever, got that happening. He sent me out to, and I think another thing, bro, was I was kind of forced to mature. You know what I mean? I left the house at 15.
Yeah.
On my own in Florida, 400, 300, 500, 600 miles away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to mature on my own. I was already obviously IQly advanced in the game. My dad obviously seen that and knew that I was gonna be able to withhold being away from the house.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is what you're here for. You gotta lock in. I'm talking to them every night and this and that. Obviously going through stuff. And he went through the same problems with being away from home. So it was kind of,
he was getting you ready for it before you had to really be ready for it.
Yeah. Exactly. And then ended up going out there, just keep me grounded. Then come out there once and I literally was out there, bro. Like I came back Thanksgiving. Yeah. 1 year. So I was in Florida, 15, 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? We in high school kids and I'm coaching now. I can't even imagine them. You know what I mean? I can't even imagine them being in Florida away from their parents. Away from somebody that's going, Mommy, Dad. You know what I mean? Like,
or even just keep you in line. Make sure you're on the right path. Make sure you're not messing up. But
sure,
you had the instillment. Your parents had the confidence that you was on that track and that you could.
Right. Exactly. So and I think that's a big thing too. Like you said, they had that confidence in me, and I could tell that and pick that up. Like, okay, I got my support system with me. I know I'm talented enough, and I'm just gonna go do it. I'm here.
And how much did your dad trust the Mount Verde coach too?
He never.
Or was it real? Like
first, I think that was just the first time. He never went to prep school.
Yeah.
He never was highly recruited. He never knew.
He was just like,
you got to go to prep school to get there. Like it was just the options there. It's the number 1 team in the country. The number one high school in the country is asking you to come start as a point guard on the team. You gotta go.
All right. And we know you're responsible enough to be able to do it. So let's do it.
We made the decision in the hotel in Georgia. In Georgia at Peach Jam, calling him on the phone. Yeah, we're gonna come. Like he was just, he's selling us on. We got D'Angelo Russell. We built him up. We're getting him to Ohio State. We got, you know what I mean? They're selling and pitching and stuff, and I'm like, okay, what I mean? I'm junior. I know I want to stay home, get my 1,000 points, get my stay with the bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sacrifices. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I had to sacrifice a lot to get to where I got, to get to what I had to do, bro. And that also just knowing, realizing, looking back, like, bro, I sacrificed so much, I can't stop. Like, you know what I mean? I can't quit. I got an ACL. I hurt my knee. Everybody hurt their knee. I'm coming back. I had a stroke. 33 days. Like, I got to get back on the court, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This what got me here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It can't be that. It's going to be something else that's got to stop you.
Story not done, man.
I hear you.
Story not done.
For sure.
That's all we needed to hear. I mean, it's the story not being done. We're going to wrap this up by episode 4. We're going to shout out Dave Chappelle. He came in this past week and did a show, and all the proceeds are going to, they're going to a great fucking cause. They're going to a great cause, and he might not see this, but I just do want to give him his flowers and just, bro, thank you.
Thank you, for sure. Thank you.
For real. Thank you too, Howard.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you coming in, man.
For sure. Yes, sir.
I mean, that's it. Episode 4,
baby.
Episode 4, man. Repost, like, comment, all that. Let's go.
Come on.
That's it.